All right, thank you for coming. Appreciate you guys coming early. Sorry I'm late. It's a short week, so everything is every minute matters right now. Wanted to start by it was a great win down at Ball State, and we were able to play a better second half. The first half was sloppy. Played better in the second half. I thought defensively we played great. Offensively, we didn't run the ball well enough. But we found a way to win and threw it well enough. But that's over. Now we get to go play a great football game versus a great opponent. They're the champs. They're an excellent football team. I've said this 1,000 times. I think Chuck does a ridiculous job. When you look at the roster, their roster on both sides of the football, you see names that you've seen forever. And I think with our roster, you see the same. And there's a reason that it's coming down to us and them to see who goes to the championship. And it's because they've got good players that they developed, and we've got good players that we developed. So I think, just like I said, I think Chuck does a great job. I think they're super athletic on defense. They've always got some defensive linemen that just cause chaos, which they do. The defensive end is a difference maker in every aspect of the word, but the other three that are around him are excellent also. The linebackers are as good as they get. Matthew feels like he's played forever here, number 15. He is a really, really good player. I think he was Defensive Player of the Year last year. He's excellent. Eli Blakely, we recruited. Number 13, Strotter, I think he's a difference maker. So they've got a bunch of really good players on defense. Offensively, I think they're as consistent as they get. I think the offensive line is tough, big, athletic. Running backs are excellent. Wide receivers can catch and score. And I think the two best quarterbacks in the league are going to be here on Friday at noon. I think both quarterbacks, our quarterback and Miami's, are really good, and they're both playing at high levels right now. So in any of these big-time games, it's going to be discipline. It's going to come down to 3 or 4 plays. It's going to dictate the game, and it's going to be it'll be a slugfest for sure. So really looking forward to it. This is why all our kids stayed. This is what we've been rebuilding for, is to have an opportunity in November to find a way to get to Detroit. So super excited to be a part of this game, and just like I said, I think it's two really good football teams getting ready to tee it up.
Coach, I guess any update as far as Harold Fannon's status?
Yeah, I don't know yet. That's going to be probably a game time decision, and I'm not sure where that's going to go yet. So we'll try to figure that out this week. Like I said, it's unclear right now, and I don't want to say something I don't know right now.
You talk about what the injury was? Or
no, I'm not sharing that with anyone. No.
Obviously, only 6 days between games, the shortest week of the season for you guys, and Miami has 4 extra days after playing last Tuesday. Thoughts on that, and how do you offset that advantage that they're going to have?
Yeah, I think we got our long week last week, and we were able to get healthy. So I'm sure they were just like us, beat up. So they have the ability to get healthy. They have the ability to prepare. And I think it's an advantage for them for sure, just because they get more prep time. But the fact of the matter is, it is what it is. That's all excuses. That's all things that are out of your control. What we're worried about right now is we're treating this as a Monday still. Tomorrow will be our Tuesday practice, and Wednesday will be our Wednesday practice. That's how we're going to do it. And so our kids are locked in on our routine. We were able to get healthy last week. They're able to get healthy this week. And, that's all irrelevant. It really is. That's an excuse, and we're not going to use an excuse of extra prep time and extra time to get healthy. It is what it is.
You Mention a sense of staying disciplined in this game. Just how do you, as well as the leaders on your team, help keep the team level-headed, knowing what's at stake?
Yeah, at the end of the day, the pressure's got to be at the beginning of the week. Pressure's right now. Pressure's going to be on our Tuesday and Wednesday practice. It's the way we've always approached it. I'm generally not fun to be around early in the week. Our coaches are generally not fun to be around early in the week. And when we get to the end, we put in the work. We generally prep really well here. We do a good job getting in the training room, great job in the weight room, great job of nutrition and sleep. That's going to be the emphasis, which it is every week. And at the end of the day, whenever you're in, one of these big ball games, you line up, you do what you've done all year long and just play really, really hard, play disciplined, play smart, play together, play for each other, and 100% concentration on just that play. It's the people that get in trouble in these big games are worried about what happened in the past or worried about the future. They look at the scoreboard. They worry about the momentum waves, and that's what we try to train our kids not to do. We try to train our kids to just lock in on just that play, and at the end of the day, if you concentrate on just that play, we'll win enough plays to, and the scoreboard will take care of itself. So there is going to be no pressure. We're going to let it rip. We are going to line up and let it rip, and so are they, and it's going to be one great game. There's two really, really good teams up on the field, and we got to find a way to make one or two more plays than them. And that's what it's going to come down to. These big games at the end, it always comes down to two or three plays. And on both sides of the ball and in special teams, you can't panic. They're going to make plays. We're going to make plays. And it's having great poise and concentration on that play, because you never know when those two or three plays are going to show up. And at the end of the day, if they make two plays, they win. If we make two plays, we win. And that's how this game's going to go.
And I know you talked about him a lot after the win, but what does it mean to see Rakeem get recognized as a MAC Offensive Player of the Week today?
Oh, was he?
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah. Malcolm and Rock are two savages. They put their heart and soul into this. We're thin at wide receiver, and that's for another discussion at a different day. Which I'm not happy with, but what they do in practice, what they do on game day is mind-boggling. It's like we've got an NFL roster right now with wide receivers in terms of we don't have a lot of depth. And what they do day in and day out, all our wide receivers that are playing right now, what they're doing day in and day out is remarkable. So my hat's off to them, and Melk's day is coming too here now. I mean, Malcolm's day is coming. He's always been consistent, 3, 4, 5 catches, but his time is coming here soon.
You kind of talked about Connor in the start there, the opening statement, but he's just been so good since the Old Dominion game. Has not turned over the ball since then. 4 2-touchdown passing games in the past 5. Can you talk about his progression throughout the year and how he's played in the back end of the schedule?
Yeah, I think just like I said, I think Connor's excellent. You knew as soon as we got done, actually the big transition really occurred after this game. Last year we went down, we did not play well offensively. Connor was put in some bad decisions, made some poor decisions, and missed a wide open touchdown on the 3rd or 4th play of the game. And from that point forward, he became super disciplined. And from that point forward, he bought into taking the right footwork with the right body position, getting his eyes where they need to be, and is really from that point forward has really played at a high level. And I think this year he's improved even more. He's disciplined, he's tough, he's smart. He simply takes the right footwork with the right body position. He stays on rhythm, and he goes from 1 to 2 to 3 to 4 to 5 and hits his first open receiver. And, he's going to have to be a tough guy in this game. Both quarterbacks are going to have to be tough because there's 2 really good defenses that are going to be on this field here on Friday. So And I expect nothing less. Their quarterback's going to play tough as hell, and ours is going to play tough as hell, and that's why it's going to be a great game. It's two defenses that are just savages. I love it. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun to watch.
And speaking of the defense, Joseph Sipp Jr. really feels like he's taken a step up past few games. Seems like he's all over there on the defense. Can you talk about his play this season and just how the defense has tightened up the past few weeks?
Yeah, I think the defense has played excellent. I think they've gelled well. I think our defensive front has played well. And obviously when the defensive front's playing well, everything falls into place. So I think our linebackers, very similar to their backers, are excellent football players. They played a lot of ball. Joe Sipp is playing at a high level, very instinctive. Whenever his eye discipline is on point, he's really good. And he has been. Back end's doing well, and we're going to have to play great defense. I mean, we got to match their defense. Their defense is excellent, and we've got to match it. And then, the two offenses have got to take care of the football, and it's going to come down to who protects the ball the best and who makes the 2 or 3 more explosion plays to win the game. So. It's going to be a really fun game to watch.
Detroit has been a goal for you guys well before this season kicked off. What does it say about this program to put yourself in this position?
Yeah, when I look back at it, it's really similar to what Miami's did. When I first got in the league 6 years ago, Miami was down and was down for a while. And I think it was Chuck's 6th year that they found a way to I think when we were playing them, they clinched to go to the MAC championship game. Whenever we went down there, we were terrible. They beat our brains in. And, that was the goal. The goal was to find a way to put ourselves in position to give us a chance to go to the championship game. So we're here. It's why not us? Let's go see what happens. We're playing against a good team. It's going to be a great football game. And I want our kids to prep like heck and no pressure. Go let it rip just like we've been doing. Play fearless and play smart. Tackle well, block well, and find a way to make 2 or 3 more plays than them.
In the past, you've talked about consistency, this 5-game win streak. Have you sensed that throughout each week in and week out, the consistency from this team?
Yeah, I think our team weeks 1, 2, and 3 were remarkably consistent. We played really good football weeks 1, 2, and 3. And then I want to say 4, 5, and 6 maybe 7, 4, 5, 6, something of that nature. It was pathetic. And there's lots of reasons for that. And at the end of the year, I'm going to give my opinion of why. And it's preposterous. I think college football rules are ridiculous right now. And our kids felt it. We went through it. And as soon as that period of college football, the preposterous rules were over, we started playing consistent again. We started becoming, back to our team ways and back to who we were. But some of the stuff that was done during that middle of the season, it not only affected us, it affected many programs. And we were off kilter. There's no doubt we weren't very consistent. And there was lots of reasons why, and I'll share them with you later. And just like I said, I think it's gross in every aspect of the word. But we're back in terms of being a good team, being good teammates, consistent, and discipline. And heck, if I was an 18 to 22-year-old kid and the rules were laid out the way that they were laid out, I would be inconsistent too. So we got to get that whole area of football cleaned up, and people will be more consistent. Trust me.
Having this game here at home Friday at noon, just how does that add to what's at stake?
Yeah, it's great. What can you ask for? It's going to be cold as hell. It's going to be awesome. We're going to have a great crowd. I'm encouraging everyone after they eat turkey on Thursday to come out. And anytime that we're able to get people in our stadium, we'll be excited. I know the students will be out on break, but we can get there's enough people in our community and around BG that love BG football that we can get people here. And why wouldn't you want to be here? This is it's going to be a great football game. It's going to be one of those gray, cold afternoons. It's going to be really fun.
I'm glad you brought up turkey because I did have a non-football question. Thanksgiving obviously coming up. Do you have a favorite Thanksgiving dish?
I could eat Thanksgiving every day of the week. That's why I gain 40 pounds during the season and lose 40 pounds, because I eat way too much. And if I could eat turkey and mashed potatoes and stuffing every day, I would never get back into shape. So,
Malcolm, just what's the excitement level with the team knowing that, it's come down to this, final week of the regular season for a spot in the MAC championship game?
I think it's so much excitement. We've been working so hard, through fall camp, through summer workouts. This season has been a lot of emotion. So just knowing that, we have an opportunity to do something special for BG culture, BG history, for the fans here, for each other, is amazing.
There's a lot of players on this team that came back in return for this reason. This is your first year at BGSU. What have you learned from those players that have returned about just what this program's trying to accomplish, where this program came from after some really tough times? What have you maybe learned from these players that have been here?
I think that so much history has been here from BG, learn how Coach Lefty has really shifted the culture here. Just hearing some of the stories that I can't repeat, obviously, but, just some of the stories, it was like, man, that's crazy that, where BG was and then where it's at right now, it was just so amazing to hear. So really just that embracing that culture has really been big for me.
Just the offense is obviously playing at such a high level, going up against a really, really good Miami defense. What are the biggest keys, just to try to generate some offense, keep your guys' strong play going as well?
I think just focusing on ourselves. When we focus on ourselves and doing what we do really well, it's hard to stop us. We have so many different weapons from so many different places. And I think it's going to be a good game. Miami of Ohio is a great team, and we're a great team as well. So it's going to be two great teams battling to the end. So I'm excited.
When you approach a game like this, with the MAC championship game on the line and things like that, do you try to treat it like another game, or do you have to have something more going into this week?
I think, you accumulate all of those. So Coach Lefty just talks about, just being 1% better, and when we start from there, accumulating all of those 1% eventually add up. So it's just another game to get 1% better, another day to get 1% better. You build a house by brick. So I think just having that mindset, all of the hard work is going to pay off.
In the passing game, Connor Bazelak has not thrown an interception since the Old Dominion game. He's had multiple passing touchdowns, and I think 4 of the past 5. Can you talk about his play this season and how you think the passing offense as a whole has developed throughout the year?
I think it's been elite. Like, Connor's been making some great decisions, and I just have so much trust in Connor and what he's going to do back there. I honestly feel worry-free, and I know the coaches just have so much confidence in him making the best decision as possible.
Coach just kind of mentioned that a game like this will probably come down to like 2 or 3 plays. How do you make sure then that you stay disciplined and level-headed, also given what's on the line in such a big game?
I think it happens in practice. I think just being aware of the situation, just learning from the situations that we've had, throughout the season, being aware of those situations, and just playing. At the end of the day, this is a kid's game, so you have to play football. And knowing that, relying on your preparation, what you've done throughout the week, really helps.
Rakeem was named MAC Offensive Player of the Week, given the performance that he had against Ball State. Just being in the same positional group, what kind of hard work have you seen him put in that led to that performance?
Man, Rock been working hard. He's a great guy too off the field, but he's just been grinding. It was a little rough early on for him, but he never gave up. And he's a great guy. Like I said, he works hard every single day, and he's hard on himself. When he does something wrong, he takes it to heart, and he's somebody that really cares about football, and you can tell that through his performances.
And then Coach kind of said that it's rumbling for you to have kind of a moment or a game like that. Do you feel that in the development you've seen in yourself this season?
Yes, I do feel like the time is going to come eventually. I'm not sure when, but I believe it will. And I just have to stay prepared for that moment. And when it does, I'm going to continue to have the same energy and be excited as always.
With this being the final game in the Doit this season for this group, I mean, how does that add to the level of excitement for this game?
I think for the seniors, it really puts things in perspective, especially the ones that have been here, throughout this whole time. For me, I kind of just got here. But I think that, just this being some of guys' last time ever playing football in a Doit, I think it's something to really cherish. And I think that, having that emotion is going to be powerful for us, because we know how it was the years before, and we really have the opportunity to make something special. So I think just having those emotions and everybody, feeling those emotions and putting it on the seniors' back, I think is going to be beneficial for us.
Absolutely. And before game day, obviously, is Thanksgiving, so I did want to ask, what's your favorite Thanksgiving dish?
Favorite Thanksgiving dish? Let me see. I like that sweet potato pie, even though I don't really know if that's a dish, but I like desserts. I like that sweet potato pie. I like the turkey, mac and cheese. I'm going to just say everything. That's what I'm going to say.
Ali, I mean, obviously, such a huge game for the program this weekend. What's the excitement level with, this week and a chance to play to get to the MAC championship game?
Honestly, we worked really hard for this. We're extremely excited. We're all looking forward to it. It's something that we haven't done in a while now. It's just like we're ready to go, and that's what we want to do. It's something that we want to accomplish. That was our goal from the standpoint, and that's something we want to accomplish, so we need to go get it this year.
Obviously, you're one of a lot of seniors on this team, and a lot of you guys came back for this reason. Just what's the mindset just amongst the veterans on this team to have this opportunity, knowing that you guys came back for this reason to try to get to the MAC championship?
Honestly, we knew this was a goal of ours that we set from the beginning and stuff. Our goal was basically to go to the MAC championship. We had a strong group last year. We knew our group was going to get better every year and stuff like that. And then with everyone returning this year, we knew we had an opportunity to come back and win this, hopefully. Besides that, we're all excited again about it and stuff like that. And the older guys have a lot, especially experience-wise. And there's a lot of experience that we're helping the younger guys as well develop in the long run.
Just the defense has been playing at such a high level during this winning streak. I mean, Ball State and Western had really high scoring offenses. You guys shut them down. Just what's the confidence level on that defensive side of the ball since you guys are playing so well right now?
Honestly, it's just coming out strong from the get-go. Again, what we said, we be in the locker room, we all sit together and stuff, we be talking. We need to come out strong. We need to let it rip right away and stuff like that. We just need to make a standpoint right away. As long as we do that, everything is going to go smooth and stuff.
You guys have been able to get to the quarterback once again this year. I think 29 sacks so far. I mean, I know the last couple of years you guys have had a ton. Just how have you guys been able to be so consistent in getting to the quarterback, pressuring the quarterback and everything?
The small things, honestly, the small things that we do in practice and stuff, it's get off, footwork, anything like that, technique, gaps, scheme, and all this stuff. It's just the small things that are helping us get to that point. And it's just throughout the week, it's just developing that and learning from our mistakes.
You mentioned the excitement of getting to this point, also the experience that the team has being older. How do you think that'll help keep you guys also level-headed in such a big moment, knowing what's on the line?
It's just every week is a different week for us and stuff. So our goal is just to stay focused, watch film, understand who's our opponent and stuff. Again, they're both good on offense and defense. They're a really good team. They're well coached and stuff. It's just basically us doing our job and taking a step ahead and catching up to everything that they've been going through and what we need to understand what's coming up against us.
You talk about understanding your opponent. What have you seen or kind of understood so far about the challenges that Miami presents offensively?
Offensively, they're honestly a great team. They're well coached again. They have a great quarterback, phenomenal running back, and offensive linemen. They do their job. They work great as a unit and stuff. It's just for us, we just need to take that step and understand who's our next opponent, and we need to understand it's not someone light that we're going against. It's a competition, especially every week for us.
Throughout the past month, really these 5 games, I mean, what's impressed you the most about what this team has put together on the field, and what's kind of been that catalyst to this late surge for you guys?
Uh, honestly, it's just coming out strong, just playing really hard, coming out strong and stuff. Again, as I said, like the small things for us matters, and like we just need to develop those throughout time, small mistakes and stuff like that. That determines the game. That determines whether we win or lose and stuff like that. And that's something that we took advantage of in the beginning and stuff. And as of now, everything is going well for us, and we're hopefully going to continue winning and stuff.
And with how well your defense has played, how well their defense has played, do you guys kind of anticipate this being kind of like a defensive battle where you guys, need to maybe win the game for yourselves?
Oh yeah, of course. They're both great again on offense and defense. Their defense, I know some of the defensive linemen have left and stuff, but like their secondary, their linebackers and stuff, they're great players. But yeah, of course, it's going to be both ways for sure.
Any more questions?
Can I ask a holiday question? If that's all right. Hey, Thanksgiving obviously is coming up the day before your game. Your favorite Thanksgiving dish?
Ooh, that's a good one. Banana pudding, for sure. Banana pudding for sure.